Hi guys, so initially I made a box that's prints all by itself. It works quite well, right? But the limits of printing on the whole thing like this is that you're gonna have to have half the size like that. So I devised a new method, whereas this has a long pin that also has to print out, which actually breaks over a long time and it still works after. But you see the little leftover is what makes the mechanism work. So you don't need a pin to make these Hinge boxes. So what I did is redesigned it. It's the same box, but this is PET material, by the way. It's slightly flexy. And what I did is I printed these little, I call it needles. And it's hollow here, right? Because you can print hollow. And instead of having pins, you just need the little knobs like this. Alright, little short knobs. I just have 2mm pin going out, and then I chamfered it, I think 1mm or something like that. And then make the tolerances. The tolerances are literally 0.3mm because otherwise it gets super loose. And I figured out a way where I can just, once I print two different parts, this way, the beauty is that you use less parts, and also you don't have to rely on a pin. You don't have to print it all at once. You can print it separately, and it works just as well. All right, we're also working on this this notch here. It closes and opens really well. Only thing I don't like is I still have some spots here that's not closed all the way. So my next design is going to actually go ahead and incorporate these on the sides also. And I found out these don't have to be so big, so I'm going to make them smaller. So it's sort of like a nice snap-on, snap-off, and it's going to be a perfect snap-on with these clip-ons. This way you can make a box that's usable. You can use most of this space to, let's say, put a bunch of your pencils and papers, whatnot. Alright, let's say I can fill it up all the way like this, close it. Now with this older case, I'm not, you know, maybe you can print it all at once. Well, that's great, but really what's the usability of that? You have to put something on this side and then it's going to close. It's kind of weird. Everything's flopping all over the place. So I will have full tutorial guide on how to do this Fusion 360. I'm still developing my own box, but this is really cool. This is still just beta version, but it's really cool that you can create boxes that don't use pins that work just as good as boxes with pins, and they open and close easily, which is the most important thing. And I think there's so many uses for this, and I think I'm onto something great. But I really love my designs. I'm subscribed. I'll have these on Sync Thingiverse and a full tutorial Fusion 360 eventually, once I master it. But I really like it. Again, the beauty of not having to print all at once is that maybe one of the parts break, well, maybe the top breaks, you can just print the top and redo it. It does take a little bit of wrestling to get it off or on, but it's very strong. You see what I'm saying? I can't even get it off. It's much stronger than using a pen. This can stand like maybe 30, maybe like 10 pounds of force, easy. That's 3D printed. Really love my work. I really love myself. Have a great night.